Hello everyone, I'm Jason. Today let's discuss how speed is generated when the club hits the ball, and how this working principle can affect our choice of the correct golf club. Many manufacturers are promoting, saying their clubs can improve your skills and your performance. Many golfers also believe that there seems to be a silver bullet in this world that can help them quickly improve their level. In reality, not only can this not be done, but it may actually backfire. So now I will use my own feelings to explain what I felt during the swing process, and what happened to the club at each stage, and finally how the fastest club head speed can be generated. In physics, there is a formula called conservation of momentum, which means that mass times velocity equals the second mass times the second velocity. What does this mean? The mass of the club and the speed of the club will convert into the ball and the ball's speed. That is to say, the heavier the club, in fact the faster the future ball speed. This is why many professional players' clubs are heavier than ours as amateur players. We as beginner players may need to use graphite shafts to be a bit lighter, and only more advanced players can use steel shafts and heavier ones. Where is the principle? When I swing down, there are 3 stages. The first stage is from turning the body to entering the point of impact. In this stage, what I swing is actually mass. The overall mass of this club is in the palm of my right hand. My feeling is, at this moment, the palm must be particularly heavy to swing this weight to this position. Then during the impact process, through rotating the shoulders, the main purpose is to release the club head, to transmit the energy in my hand to the club head. How is it transmitted? This red line marks the center of gravity of the club. My hand is over here, so the club head is on the other side of the center of gravity. At this position, through shoulder rotation, the hand is lifted. Then at this time, all the energy accumulated in my hand will be transmitted along the club to the club head. So this stage is about lifting the hand, swinging the club head, swinging it out. The third stage is that after the swing, the body should flow smoothly. The effect of this motion is to ensure that the impact has penetrating force. It's a very subtle feeling, but the first 2 must be done. So we feel that the most critical thing here is not how fast we swing, but in the first stage, transferring all the mass into the hand, then at the right time, effectively transmitting it to the club head. The sensitivity of the club head and the perfection of the timing coordination shows your skill level in golf swing. It's because of this reason why store assistants suggest beginners to use graphite shafts. First, they are light and easy to swing. More importantly, their center of gravity is different. This is a steel shaft, it's 100 grams. This is a graphite shaft, it's 65 grams. I have used red tape to mark their centers of gravity. You can clearly see, this one's center of gravity is closer to the club head, while the steel shaft's is closer to the hand. Don't underestimate this little difference, it can help beginners more easily feel the presence of the club head. That is, improve club head sensitivity. Many golfers at the beginning, because their bodies are stiff, they grip tightly, the motion isn't very perfect. So many people feel that this is just a stick, they cannot feel where the club head is. So, if this center of gravity is closer to the club head, it can help them. Then when it comes to steel shafts, they are more suitable for players with slightly higher level. At this point, the sensitivity of the club head is basically already somewhat built, and more importantly, the grip may be looser, and they can basically feel the club head. At this point, the center of gravity moving backward does not have much impact for them. So why do people who use graphite shafts switch to steel shafts as their level increases? This is about what is done in the first stage. Because in this stage I'm swinging the weight. If using a graphite shaft, by conservation of momentum you can know, the energy it accumulates must be far less than that of a steel shaft. So how does a player choose the club that suits them, whether a graphite shaft is suitable or a steel shaft is suitable? It is about when you swing down, whether you can very sensitively feel in this stage the palm of your right hand's feeling toward the whole weight. At this point, there is no pressure in the palm, but when it reaches this moment, you will feel it is very heavy, then the club head will naturally move forward. This heaviness indicates that you are swinging this weight. It's like when I throw a basin of water, the heavier the water, the farther I throw. Then after my hand feels heavy, the feeling of the club head moving forward, is the club head sensitivity. It is through the perfection of time sequence that the energy accumulated in the hand is transferred to the club head at the right time. So if the player already knows the heavy feeling in the hand, and at this instant, there is a feeling that the club head is automatically moving forward. Then if you are thinking about how to at the right time transmit the energy from the hand to the club head, congratulations, you are already a very advanced player. At this time, you can choose a club shaft with a weight that suits you. Speaking of this, let's talk about an off-topic point. Some manufacturers, in order to increase swing speed, they design a very light club, light shaft, light club head. A few days ago, I met a golfer. He said he bought a certain very famous brand's model, said it could increase swing speed. I tried it, really as light as a feather, even I didn't know where the club head was. I feel this kind of club is not very good for use. Though, it may indeed works for beginners, because the beginners have not got the principle of swinging, just treat the club as a stick to swing. So the design principle of this kind of club is, anyway you just go ahead and swing, as long as the club is light, you can swing faster. But because of this design, it makes it very hard for this kind of golfer to truly grasp what the correct swing feeling is. Because our real swing is not a linear feeling, but a coaxial, different track kind of motion of swinging the club. The core of this motion is that you must know the club head sensitivity, so for those clubs that are light in both front and back, and you can't find the club head, I think if you are just playing for fun, don't want to learn, just want to make it easier to play on the course, maybe it's a choice, but I wouldn't recommend it. I hope this video can help everyone understand what my feeling is at each stage of the downswing, and how this feeling connects to the fast swinging of the club head. And I also hope that after understanding this principle, everyone can choose a club that suits themselves. Thank you.